So it is time to prepare to trade the best setups at the best prices. We are starting off this week very, very strong within the green. I ended up making one trade today, a 200% plus profit return on SPY call options. One of the members within the group made over $6,000 on that one trade alone. G-Roar, as usual, crushed it once again, making many, many multiple 100% profit returns. I'm going to be breaking down all of the massive wins towards the end of this video. First things first, let's get straight into the analysis. I'm going to be going over a weekly chart analysis, then a daily chart analysis, then a 30-day, 30-minute chart, breaking this down from the macro to the micro price action, explaining to you the key best levels where we're planning to trade both ways at heading into this week. Where to go long, where to buy calls, where to go short, where to buy puts. Going to be showing you the exact confirmations and strategies to use at these levels as well. So let's get into the analysis. In terms of the overall SPY, as you can see on the weekly chart, we are overall setting up bullish. And you can see on the weekly chart pattern, if you look at this overall weekly chart pattern, we have a green, double red, green that is currently in formation on the overall SPY. You're going to see right here, we have a previous resistance on the weekly chart towards 670 to 672. We have the break, we have the retest, we have the higher support coming in at this previous resistance rather than this lower resistance right here. Very bullish break and retest with a green, double red, green, bullish, trend reversal, break and retest confirmation there in formation on the weekly chart pattern. If you look at this overall, weekly candlestick, when the SPY tends to form a red candle like this on a break and retest, the next week tends to be overall a green week. So the best opportunities heading into this week are going to be buying oversold dips if you're looking to trade with the overall trend. There is going to be some opportunities with puts. I'll be giving you the best levels here shortly. But if you just study how this weekly red bar and this weekly red bar right here, and then this weekly red bar, whenever it's doing a break and retest for the most part, for example, right here, breaks and retests, right? Here it's just doing it on a downtrend, not on a break and retest. So whenever this red weekly daily, red weekly candlestick is formed at a break and retest level, plus we got some higher support already coming in, it tends to be an overall green week. I'm not saying it's going to close strong, but the weekly candlestick is going to attempt to close green. It could be something like this where it gives back like half the games from the peak. So that's my current views on a weekly chart. Best plays I'm seeing is oversold dips and I would say two put option opportunities heading into this week. Now, in terms of the daily chart, overall daily chart is signaling bullish as well. We have this nice reversal, gap and go, break and retest. Now, one thing I want to bring to your awareness is tomorrow, the previous day highs and the previous day lows is going to be very, very important. So, just know in terms of the daily chart, it can potentially top at previous day highs if it stays there, and then it could potentially bottom towards previous day lows. Very, very key, crucial levels. But the main play that I'm seeing is a break and retest. So if you're wondering like what are the absolute best levels for puts, what are the absolute best levels for calls, I'm going to be getting into that right now. This would be it. So in terms of this week, I believe there's going to be I would like to say three main levels for puts, could even go with four. So we'll start off with the top. This is very, very unlikely to hit tomorrow. So you could save, set your price alerts, save this for later on whenever it decides to hit. SPY has been topping out, at key breakdown and retest levels when it cracks support and then it doesn't spike back up and it just sells off hard. Once it finally retests that previous support that was not tested, it tends to crash. So your absolute best levels for puts that will hit, within time, 688 mid, right around there to all-time highs. Now, your next level for puts is going to be phenomenal. This is going to work out absolutely phenomenal if you take advantage of this opportunity right here. 684 mid to 685. Going to be one of your best levels for puts right there. Now, in terms of other levels for puts, I do want to bring awareness to the previous closing price. So this is going to be our lower put zone, and this is going to be make or break crucial heading into tomorrow, especially for those of you who do want to do puts. The SPY is going to have a nice little pullback heading into tomorrow if it continues to maintain below the previous day highs. So in terms of previous day highs, I'm going to map that out right here, 682.20. Again, it does not work like this all the time. This is based on specific curriculum that I've created using confirmations and history repeating itself and chart patterns. And basically what I'm telling you is heading into tomorrow, the previous closing price to previous day highs is going to be the best level to be trading at if SPY tops out, reacts bearish, starts to crack support, forms red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. You're going to want to buy puts. This is going to be one of those days where it's going to be an easy money play and a simple play in terms of going with the previous day highs. It doesn't work like that all the time. Like I said, this is backed by curriculum that I've created and mastered. So tomorrow is going to be an absolutely amazing day to use the previous day highs and previous closing price. Doesn't work like that every single day, but based off of everything I'm seeing, it's going to be the absolute best opportunity. So this is going to be your put zone heading into tomorrow. This is what I want you to understand. If the SPY maintains, below this range, if it forms lower highs, we start to get it breakdown and retest, meaning we start to crack below the previous closing price and we start to get that breakdown and retest, right? SPY starts to drop right here, spikes back up, forms lower highs, trades in a lower channel, red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. The high of those 30-minute candles would be ideally towards the low of this, right? This is what you want to see. You see some bearish confirmations, you see some floors getting taken out, you see some lower highs forming, right? You're going to want to buy puts. The market's going to have a nice drop. It's going to reward puts. If you use that game plan, all you literally have to do, this is so simple. You can literally do this during extended hours, trading futures, trading ES, trading NASDAQ. But if it crunches here, it's maintaining bearish. This is what I want you to understand. There's a maintain bearish, and then it's going to crash. If it crunches here, it's maintaining bearish. That's bearish. If it's staying in between this range, that is bearish. Previous day highs, previous closing price, bearish. Now, once we take out previous closing price, start to drop a little bit, and then we have a spike, form some lower highs, red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation, best confirmation on a breakdown and retest, lower highs, red bearish 30 mins, buy the puts, go short. I'm gonna be tracking and watching this all night because futures, there's gonna be this could happen, during extended hours trading session, and I'm not gonna miss that fucking trade, man. So breakdown and retest, best level, for puts is crack below previous closing price. Just understand, right? And this is considered the least likely outcome heading into tomorrow, but that doesn't matter, if the confirmation's there. But just understand in terms of break of trend, if you're wondering, well, what breaks the trend, right? So I explained to you the most likely outcome is going to try to drop first, especially if it just maintains both previous day highs. This is what's least likely to happen, but you need to be aware of this. If there's a break of trend and the SPY goes to, I would say, let's see, it's got a, man, this is wicked. Oh my gosh, wow. Okay, we're going to add one more level to the game plan. We're going to actually add one more level to this. Look, even if this breaks above 682, we're looking at crash territory at 683. You got a strong breakdown and retest level there during extended hours. So it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough to be a bull heading into tomorrow at these high levels. It really is. I'm favoring puts. The most likely outcome is puts. I know the easiest way to confirm this and to get in is just wait for it to go into the previous closing price. If you wanted to use a stop, you would set it either towards you would set it slightly above, 683. I'm not really looking to use a stop, but it's fairly simple, man. The bulls are in for a challenge heading into tomorrow. For a break of trend, this has to break above previous day highs, have a strong breakout, react to support. But it's just so hard to be convinced because there's a breakdown and retest level right here at 683, which isn't too far off from the previous closing price in this volatile market. So I mean, it's dangerous being a bull. I would say heading into tomorrow it's very dangerous being bullish. I would say for the bulls to really prove themselves, for me to be convinced, I'm not even going to need a break and retest at 682. I'm going to need a break and retest above 683. So If we start breaking out above 683 forming support, that's a break of trend. It's going to try to spike. But even then, you have a crash level right here at 684.60. So, one way to look at a situation like this, because what you need to understand is SPY's going to try to go bullish tomorrow if it holds above previous day highs. It's going to try to go super bearish if it goes below previous closing price, right? But the bulls, even if there's a break of trend early on, it's not a massive move. If it breaks above 682, it goes to like 683 to 684. That's like a 2 point measured move. And in terms of like that measured move, I'm saying that's not a massive move because literally where it's going to spike to are two key critical levels where it's going to try to crash. So if you think about it this way, once the SPY breaks above 684, there's really no place to crash until 689. So you see, this is what we call measuring moves. If there's a break of trend and SPY reacts bullish at 682, you know, this can go to like 684, but even then it's going to try to drop here. It's going to try to drop here. It's overextended and it lacks a measured move. But once it's proven to break above the best level, where there's just no fucking resistance, that's when you're going to have those massive moves. So bulls need to be aware of this, man. There could be a little break of trend right here. And like let's say there is a break of trend and this blows through 684, then it goes to 668. Cool, they got the best entry, right? But like I said, it's like pushing it to the limits and it's going to try to drop here anyways. So I would say one of the smartest things for those of you who are looking to measure a big move, you're looking to get in on a massive move, maybe you're not in at the exact lows, even if you've gone at the exact lows, that doesn't mean on that day that it's going to have the massive move, right? It could top out in the smaller range. So something to be aware of. But if you're just wondering, like, when we're going to have this massive move and it's actually going to be worth buying even at a higher level, right? Because you can buy at a lower level, but the move could be smaller and it might not hit the bigger move. But if you buy at a higher level, the move could be a lot bigger if that's what the measurement says. So I mean, you're looking at 4 points of upside, literally 4 fucking points of upside towards this range. But man, the thing about the SPY is right now, I'm seeing so many breakdown and retest levels. Like even right here, this is another one I just noticed, 687. It topped right here at 687. You see, this is what I look for all the time. Some support, massive sell off, retest, sells off, right? When that test for the normal trading hours is going to try to do the same thing, man. So that's another level, man. Wow, this is like insane. Basically, tomorrow, heading into today, you just buy the puts. If it goes on a previous closing price, you bank on that shit. Into the week, you watch higher levels as well for puts. I mean, like 689, 687. This one's fucking insane. Look at how fast it crashed from 687. 687 is going to be a badass level to be trading at, man. Massive moves going to occur there. But these are all drop first zones. So even on a bullish day, if the options went out of the money, so like if a 689 put went out of the money, it would likely go right back in the money. 689 put out of the money, goes right back in the money, buy the puts out of the money, sell it in the money, right? Quick scalps, right? Leave runners, set profit stops. I would say you should be able to easily do that on 687 and 689, and even the 683 without a doubt. You can make just within minutes like 30 to 50% returns on that just by buying out of the money, selling quickly in the money, and then you could leave some runners for a bigger win, right? Bigger win territory is towards that 687 to 689 resistance, right? So those are some things that I want you to be aware of, in terms of a massive breakout. It's really not gonna towards this until we get that 684 floor. It's not gonna have those new all-time highs until that happens. It'll try to drop at those other levels and then maintain at higher levels if there's a break of trend and the bulls go above 682, right? But speaking for tomorrow, man, we go below this, we buy the puts, and this is what I want you to be aware of. This is the best level for calls, right? So this is where I want to buy calls right here, 676, right around this zone right here is a nice break and retest overall zone. Looking for calls towards that 676 range. Also, previous day lows is considered one of the best prices for tomorrow, 675, right? Now, if I zoom out of this a little bit, another Okay, so more levels for calls heading into this week. We got an oversold gap close reversal, which is going to be, this right here, 671s, 671, 671.50, 672. This is best levels for calls. All these levels I'm drawing out right here. Oh, nice break and retest right here. And then absolute lowest, fucking amazing. Auto buy right here, 664, 665, right? So these are going to be all of your best oversold dip buying opportunities heading into tomorrow, right? So let's map this out right here. This is where you're going to want to be looking to buy call options, where I'm drawing out this purple right here. These are all call levels. All of those levels, you look for confirmations of trend reversal on the 30-minute chart. These are going to be all levels to be buying call options on. If we maintain below this, go into previous closing price, we buy the puts, write it back down to 677 mid, right? If there's a break of trend above 682, that's going to be a little bit odd and awkward. You can wait for bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. One of the best premium levels for puts, a very nice middle balanced ground, would be this 687. That would genuinely be one of the best levels for puts heading into this week. I also want you to keep your eyes on 683 and then, of course, 689. So those are levels of interest for puts. And then I shared with you levels of interest for calls. You need to be aware if the market reacts bullish at a bearish level, then it's bullish and you could buy calls or you could sit on the sidelines. It depends, you know? It really depends on how you look at it. Some people might want to buy calls towards 683 if there's a break of trend because they want a lower level. But one thing they need to understand is the massive move isn't going to be until we start breaking above 684. So they can get a better entry, but it could potentially flip bearish and could be a fake out at their better entry versus if they just wait to trade at a higher level that has a bigger move and get in at that level, then they can make a much substantial profit, in that particular situation, even if it's not considered the best entry, but it's a bigger volatile measured expected move. Very, very important to always focus on trading big moves rather than small moves. If you want to make big profits, you have to trade big moves, big ranges. What are the best levels where the biggest moves are going to occur? Where before it reverses, before it happens, it's going to shake out a lot of scalpers who are going for the small wins. It's going to do a lot of fuckery, a lot of back, a lot of forth, a lot of fuckery. And in that situation, you got to understand to hold the play and see it through and just hold it. Just literally hold the fucking play despite all the chop and shit. Because eventually, once it reverses, you can see right here just some chop fuckery for 2 hours, then boom, takes off, right? That's why you gotta hold the fucking plays and understand. And the key to doing that is like knowing the levels where that's gonna happen. Like 684 is a massive fucking level. 687 is a massive level. 682 to 681.50, massive level. 676s, massive levels. 672, massive level. 664s, massive levels. So I explained to you the most likely outcomes. I explained to you where we're interested in buying puts. I explained to you where we're interested in buying calls. Just to understand in terms of most likely outcomes, it's your job to identify if there's a break of the most likely outcome, if there's a break of trend. And beforehand, you should decide if you even want to trade the break of trend. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm not just trading blindly off of what I fucking think, right? But if there was a break above 682, is that something that you would want to do as buy calls, or would you want to sit out on that play? It's important to make those decisions before it even happens. So you can mentally prepare yourself on what you're supposed to do and do exactly that and not let anything interfere with it. That's why another important thing is to know your position size before you take the trades. That way you don't have any emotions because the most you can lose is what you put into that options trade, right? Your max risk per trade, no stop loss required to do that. One contract to get started. So, um, those are the absolute best levels. Understand if there's a break of trend, are you willing to trade that break of trend, or do you want to sit on the sidelines and wait for a different level, right? Also understand this is also a ladder. We have bearish levels, we have bullish levels, we have bearish strategies, we have bullish strategies, right? So what are some bullish strategies? Break and retest right here. This is a break and retest zone. This is a gap close reversal and break and retest zone. This is a break and retest zone, right? Bullish levels, bullish strategies. What are some bearish strategies? Breakdown and retest, previous day highs, previous closing price. If it reacts bearish, gonna sell back off and then bounce. It's gonna bounce towards previous day lows, right? Breakdown and retest right here, 687, phenomenal resistance. Breakdown, retest, breakdown, retest. So we have bullish levels, we have bullish strategies, we have bearish levels, we have bearish strategies, we have most likely outcomes. The strongest outcome heading into tomorrow. This is what I would prefer because literally everything is pointing to this. The strongest outcome is if we just trade in this small little range and then go below previous closing price, it's going to be an easy play to buy puts, walk away, cash out, and then come back later for a reversal on calls towards the oversold levels. That's what I would prefer to happen. Now, if that's what I see is happening, then I'll take action. If the market is reflecting what I'm saying, right? If it's reflecting me, right? Okay, I have strategies. I have most likely outcomes. I have break of trends, right? If these candlesticks are mirroring me, if the market is mirroring me, if my voice is the volume to the candlesticks, if everything is in alignment, then I'll take the trade. But beforehand, you have to decide, this is where some traders don't understand is like, if there's a break of trend, do you want to trade that break of trend? If we have bullish strategies, um, are you willing to buy puts if there's a break of trend in the market flips bearish at the bullish levels and the bullish strategies, right? You have to confirm it. You can't just blindly get into this unless it's an automated buy level. I would say heading into tomorrow, if we maintain below 682 mid and just go below previous closing price, automatically buy puts. If we drop towards this zone, automatically buy calls. Into this week, if we drop towards this zone, automatically buy calls. Automatically buy calls. Those are all auto. Those four things that I just gave you, you can do that all automated. If it's just sitting in this fucking range, then it drops, just get in on the puts. Ideally, 30-minute red bearish candlestick confirmation lower highs, right? But the point is, this can't just keep sitting up here. That's not healthy and good for bulls. It's going to fucking collapse based off of what I've seen if it just keeps fucking sitting here. This is why I'm going to be watching futures all fucking night because there's going to be plays, man. But yeah, just understand that you know, be prepared on what you're going to do beforehand, and also understand you can have bullish levels, bullish strategies, bearish levels, bearish strategies, but you need to understand break of trend is real, and you need to understand at the end of the day, the start of this is a price ladder and confirmations, So your ladder is 689. It's just a level. Now there is a strategy, breakdown and retest, bearish, but you need a confirmation. 687, just a level, breakdown and retest, bearish confirmation, right? 684 mid, breakdown and retest, 683, breakdown and retest, right? Very, very special zone right here. Crunch. We're in a crunch. Crunch, 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 crunch. Drop puts. Buy the fucking puts. Look, if we crunch in this and we go under previous closing price and you don't buy puts, you are a fucking degenerate. The absolute disgrace. It's the easiest trade. It's the easiest money. If it just crunches here and goes below here and you go short, you're going to fucking print. You're going to print at the speed of light. You're going to be like, wow, this works. Like he said, just look at the chart. If it just crunches in between this and then we start to go below the previous closing price, just go short on the market, hold the trade, and it'll print. And it's all going to happen. And it's all going to work. So if you do that, you're going to be green as fuck. And then if you buy calls down here, you're going to be even more fucking green. If you go green or red, you're a fucking degenerate. So you need to listen. You need to go green every single day. It's a choice. Losing is a personal choice. I can give you a very large list of traders in our group who trade with multi 5 figures, multi 6 figures, a couple millionaires who are making tens of thousands of dollars to hundreds of thousands of dollars every single week with these simple levels, simple strategies, with the trades that we alert inside of Team Roar, with their trading abilities. I'm telling you, man, use everything I'm showing to you as a mirror, how you're going to trade this, a reflection. So I gave you the ladder. At the end of the day, no matter what, most likely outcome, least likely outcome, break a trend, right? We have everything we have all the tools in our arsenals. Um, no matter what, we've all the tools, right? No matter what, if it reacts bullish at a bearish level, then it's going to try to go bullish. If it reacts bearish at a bullish level, then it's going to try to go bearish, right? So use the price ladder to your advantage. Use confirmations and confirm if the levels are actually bullish or bearish. Don't just blindly trade the levels. But I will say, it's best to go with the automated levels. You know, if you just automatically buy calls here, 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 you should bank. If you just automatically buy puts once we start going here, you should fucking bank, especially if it just maintained below 682 mid. Um, Here you're gonna need better confirmations to trade this level. Here you're gonna need better confirmations to trade this level. 687 is rare. I'm telling you, one of my favorite levels is this 687 and 689. I would say literally the absolute best level for puts, whenever this happens, would be 687. You know, like I said, tomorrow, if we just crunch, it's going to sell off and then reverse towards the low. So you just buy the puts at the lower levels. But when we do go to 687, this looks prime for puts. So look, for those of you who want to do what's best for you, this is what I would encourage you to do. If we go below previous closing price, buy the puts. If we react bullish, don't do anything, right? If we go to this level, buy the calls. If we go to this level, buy the calls. We go to this level, buy the calls. This is an interesting level. 683 is interesting, make or break. Keep an eye on it. You could try to push yourself to trade that one. It's not considered the best, but it is interesting. 687, focus on puts. 689, use confirmations. Keep your eyes on it for puts. That's what I would recommend. Now, I gave you all the levels. 689, 687, 684 mid, 683, 682, 681.50 crunch, maintain below that, buy the puts into the previous closing price sell off. 677s, automatically buy calls towards the break and retest level right here. 676 to previous day lows, 675. Best level for calls tomorrow, 675. We maintain the crunch, 682 below. Later into the week, look for calls at the gap. The gap close reversal level is going to be exactly at 671. And a nice support zone at 670. Phenomenal break and retest automatically by call 664. So you do what you want. I told you the best things to do and focus on, especially for those of you who are beginners or just want the absolute best thing you could possibly do. And if you want to challenge yourself, try to trade, more of the levels, just use the best confirmations. Use the 30-minute chart, use the break and retest strategy, use the breakdown and retest strategy. That's the game plan. Listen, man, if you guys use this, you're going to be green. You're going to be printing money. You're going to be self sufficient and you're going to love trading. If you use the game plans, you trade the strategies, you use the confirmations, you trade the levels properly, you're going to love it. You're going to you're going to love trading. You're going to be like, "Wow, this works. This is predictable. Wow, you can wait." You know, that's people need to learn to let the market react. Let the market react. Let it fucking react. You should not be reacting to the market, unless it's just for fun, entertainment purposes, and you're in control of your shit and you want to do it for fun, then go ahead. But people's biggest weakness in the market is being so reactive. Let the market react to your moves. Being reactive in this market is not the move. You should know what you're planning to do before you do it and what you need to happen to execute the move at the levels using the strategy. And if you should know your position size and your max risk per trade before all of that, right? So, like, I want you guys to remove your reactions from the market. Be less reactive. Let the market react to you. Now, if you're wondering, well, what is you? Let the market react to you. What does that mean? Well, part of you, since you're not reacting, is stillness. Stillness, planning, quiet, still. Let the market react to you. Don't react to the fucking market. You should already know what the reactions are going to be when it hits a certain level. You should already know how the market's going to react to that. You don't have to react to it. In terms of reacting, it just gets to a point once you get so good at trading in like high confidence, reactions, it's a lot of ego. It's a lot of high confidence. It's a lot of high confidence. That's what it is. Like, it's more getting loud. Some people, they like to do that at some point and there's phases. And then other, they're just always fucking quiet, you know? But that's what I encourage you guys to do is just to know what's going to happen beforehand. And then if that doesn't happen, know the next move. You got to see 10 steps ahead. You know, you got to be 10 steps ahead in this market. The less reactive you are, the better. Just learn to be still, stillness, you know, learn to be still and ready, rooted to execute on the trade idea that you're going to make. You know, you have a game plan, you have an idea. Okay, the level's here, the idea's here. Are we going to take action? Is there a confirmation or is it an automated level? Right. So listen, man, tomorrow's going to be the easiest fucking day to trade heading into tomorrow. If you guys join us, you're going to print much more than you're going to print on your fucking own. I promise you that. You're going to print so fucking crazy, man. Like, we're already topping at a breakdown resistance at 683. As long as we just crunch around this zone right here and go below previous closing price. Look, I already told you it's bearish if we crunch. That's a maintain bearish. As long as we're below 683, we're maintaining bearish. But ideally, if we just maintain this crunch, that's maintain bearish. But the best confirmation, you know, if you want to get in on a maintain crunch, you get a better level, but it could squeeze. If you want the best confirmation, you know, like the more guarantee it's gonna work. Not the 100% the best level, but dude, if it goes below this level, it's gonna fall off a fucking cliff. I can confidently say that in terms of this level, and again, it doesn't work like this for all levels. Again, I'm just speaking for this specific level, right? I have other levels for puts, but I didn't say that for the other levels. Except 687 looks very, very 687 does look like an automated level for puts. But I can confidently say, look, in this level, there's support levels, there's resistance levels, right? Sometimes the support level cracks and it just instantly falls off a cliff. Doesn't happen all the time. I can confidently say that this is going to be one of those situations as long as we're just staying below 682.50 to 683. Once we take out this, it's going to fucking collapse 3 points. And you're going to want to be on those fucking puts and set the profit stops. So I'm giving you the free money. I'm giving you the choice to take action, to see if everything I says come true. If you just use the game plan, don't be reactive, wait for the confirmations. If it's automated, you get it on automated. This is more automation. If it's just maintaining below this, it's gonna fall off a fucking cliff. Once it cracks this, you just buy the puts, right? Doesn't work like that all the time. You know, there's certain levels where I have to wait. I have to wait for support to crack. I have to wait for it to spike back up. I have to wait for the lower highs. I have to wait the bearish confirmation. I'm literally telling you, as long as we're just crunching this and we go below this, just get the fuck in. If you didn't get in at a higher level, just get the fuck in. Like, you don't need more of a. The confirmation was up here. It's like, but if you're looking for the smooth free ride where it's not 100% the best entry, but the fucking confirmation, 681. You know, some people think entry is everything, but with options, it's actually about timing. The puts could actually, you know, if you bought puts at 682 in the beginning of the day, and then towards the end of the day, if this was just sitting at 681 and you know it's going to fall off a cliff if it goes below 681, you buy the puts at a lower level, you'll actually make more money buying puts at the lower level. And those 682 puts will actually be cheaper because of all the decay. You know, a lot of people like to talk about, oh, we got to get the best entries, got to get the best entries, but they don't understand decay and timing is literally part of the best fucking entry. You can literally buy puts right here at the beginning of the day. And if it's just sitting all fucking day into the close and it's only at 681, those puts you fucking bought early in today are going to be worth less and it drops in price. Like, it's just going to typically be worth less. It depends on the situation and stuff, but you get what I'm saying, man. So 681 is the free fall fuck you money level. If you want to make fuck you money, if you want the free fall, if you want the smooth, easy money, if you want the, all right, man, what's the level where if we go under, we're all going to buy puts and we're all going to print and we're going to just live. We're going to live so amazing. It's just, dude, all you have to do is buy puts at 681. That's it. If you listen to me and you buy puts below 681, you're going to print. If you don't listen to me, oh, man, the reflection in that mirror is going to be you, you know, and for whatever that is, you know, whether you don't like us, whether you fucking hate us, whether you want to fucking inverse us, whatever that reflection shows, that's all fucking you. But for those of you who want to fucking win, below 681, buy those motherfucking puts. So, simple as that. And then I told you, previous day lows, buy the call. It's like, dude, this would be the easiest day. Like I said, this is what I want to happen. I want us to stay below 682. I want us to go below 681. And if that happens, I'm going short. I will bank. I will win. I already know the outcome. I already know that I will win. I already know. I would say this is a 100% success rate type of situation where if we just stay below this and go below this and I buy a put and hold the put and set profits, I will win. I would say it's nearly guaranteed. I mean, I would guarantee it to myself, but I can't guarantee it to you. That's one of the interesting things about this world. Some people don't like when you say that, or someone could try to sue. It's like, you try to guarantee something for someone else. Not gonna do that, but I'm gonna guarantee it for myself. I would say 100% guaranteed for myself that if we go below 681 and I go short, which I will, I'm gonna fucking bank. That's what I would say. I would say it's guaranteed for me. 100% guaranteed for me. For you, not guaranteed. But I would encourage you to do it if you want to fucking print. If not, you're gonna miss out on literally the best fucking opportunity. That's what I prefer to happen. And then you motherfuckers just need to buy calls towards the previous day lows to 676. This is another way to do it. Best entry, 675, automatically get in. If it bombs at 675, spikes to 677, break and retest, buy the calls on the dip, 676.80 instead of trying to buy first at 676.80. You can try it, but use the best confirmations. Automatically get in at the best level. If not, use the best confirmations. So you got to think about this shit all beforehand. What would be the absolute best thing to do? Automatically buy calls here, unless we got the absolute best confirmation here. But in terms of free money, automatically buy calls down here, wait for a breakout above 677, wait for a retest, buy calls again. That's 2 wins, right? Versus if you buy calls here, it might drop to here, even if there's a bullish confirmation. You should still be green because it's likely going to break out and go higher. But I like it the other way. That's what I would prefer. I would prefer to buy the absolute exact lows where it can go to, get the best entry, and then buy at the higher level when it's proven to have a reversal rather than as it's falling where it can go to a lower level. So you got to use best confirmations if you're trading that upper middle level. Unless it hits the lower level and then breaks above it, and then you buy the retest at the higher level. Versus instead of just buying into the falling knife where it doesn't hit the best lower level yet. So, you motherfuckers need to print. The market has it's never been greater than this, dude. I'm looking at the market. I'm sitting here saying, dude, this is a legalized bank robbery. This is a free money play. Do you understand? This is free money. This is one of those game plans where it's like people, they're gonna have to carry that weight if they didn't take action. They're gonna have to carry that weight. They're gonna be like, damn, I didn't take action on this. This was perfect. Everything he said came true. It's like the guy teleported. It's like I'm fucking teleporting. I was just over there. Now I'm in this place, and now I can go over there. I just keep on fucking teleporting. It's like I'm teleporting into the future right now, and I'm guaranteeing myself that as long as we stay below this and we go below that, and I buy the puts, I will fucking win. Right? So losing's a personal choice. It's your choice to lose. And another thing, man, and this is a very interesting, thing that I wanted to mention right here. I'm telling you, man, some motherfuckers, it's all the reflection is in the mirror. Like if people started looking at other people as like reflections, as like mirrors, it literally reflects things back to them on like who they are and how they react and how they respond. I'm telling you, man, like this mirror energy, that's something like in terms of trading, everyone needs to figure that shit out is mirror energy. A lot of traders are emotional and a lot of traders react, you know, emotional and reactive. Mirroring in reflections come from stillness. Mirroring comes from stillness. You don't see mirrors moving around. They're always still. A mirror is still. A mirror could be on a fucking car. The car is moving. The person could be moving, but the mirror is fucking still. So, you motherfuckers need to get on your stillness in your mirrors. Get your stillness energy up, get your mirror energy up, and start looking at situations and things as like reflections. It could be a reflection of you. It could be a reflection of how you respond, of what you think about a situation, of what, of like, I'm telling you, man, if you just start looking at situations as mirrors and have it all reflected back to you, It's going to give you the answers. There's just so many ways to look at it, man. Just not even within the market, just within people. Just literally by observing and watching people. If you just start looking at like it literally shows how people perceive themselves on like how they react or like just mirror. Just look at everything as like a reflection. It's like a mirror energy. It's like how people respond to things, how people reflect things. And a key to doing this is stillness. It brings out stillness, brings out mirror energy, it brings out reflections. So I'm telling you, less reactive, more stillness, and mirror. You'll fucking print. If you listen to me, you're gonna be green as fuck. You're gonna never watch any other fucking channel on the fucking planet because you're gonna say, dude, this is the best channel. They have the best trades, they have the best strategies, they have the best levels in the business. Look, we go below this, market's gonna crash. I'm gonna buy puts. I'm gonna bank. My secure private organization is gonna make millions in a single day. And then we're gonna buy calls right here at the exact lows, and we're gonna bank both ways. And then people are gonna wonder, they're gonna be like, dude, how did they know to buy puts at the exact highs and the exact lows? And it doesn't work like this every single day. So get the fuck in on the play and print. Use your printing money to join Team Roar, reinvest some, and you'll make even more. If you try to do this game all alone, you're going to miss out on the absolute biggest gains. This is what we did today. Like I said, for one member, this one message was worth $6,000, dude. 6,000 fucking thousand, $6,000. This is my first trade on the day. Everybody knows in terms of my trading, I like to make usually one trade during the middle of the day past like 11, right around 11:30 a.m., a little bit later sometimes. And then I try to make another one during power hour. So I like to aim for 1 to 3 trades a day. That's my sweet spot. 2 to 3 is like my sweet spot. Um if I start off with like a fucking insane trade, usually just one trade, and then I'll do a small position size on a YOLO. If I do the second trade, maybe you back like 15-20% of the gains if it goes to zero. So 677 calls, 12:17 p.m. My first trade on the fucking week. Do you understand? This one trade alone is fucking massive gains. Massive fucking gains. 677 calls, 102 cents, right? Ended up selling this for a 200% win. 277 cents. Got out at 277 cents. This was the same member who's been killing it, man. I think last week he said he made $50,000 just off this one trade. He got in at $1.08. He sold at 280. Just off this one trade, he fucking crushed it. He absolutely crushed $4,300 profit off that one trade. This guy's gonna be clearing 6 figures monthly, which is fucking insane. We only charge a small monthly fee. Like the shit's fucking insane, man. Oh my gosh, we need more people. The people who have more money are like always the best traders. They never complain. All they do is print. They never leave. It's fucking amazing, man. It's Ninja. Ninja's fucking amazing. Ninja's brilliant. Ninja ended up coming back today. Absolutely coming back. Um but yeah, everybody was green. Everybody was green. Everybody was green. For absolutely nothing, who's green? Everybody's fucking green, dude. Everybody fucking won. Everybody's printing. That's what I'm saying, dude. If people want to save themselves, think of other people as like they're just holding mirrors, and they're reflecting literally you, how you react, what you do, what you think about. Some people look at some people and they start judging in their head or whatever. So that's literally a mirror of like, oh, you're judging people. Like I'm telling you, man, people literally, this is something that you guys don't understand. This took me decades to fucking like to get to this fucking level. Like I'm telling you, man, this shit is fucking, it's to have the gift and to live that life. Like it's fucking amazing, man. The shit I had to go through. It came from a lot of it came from stillness. That's literally what it was. My mirror energy and just mirror in general, it came from stillness. Just me being still and observant and aware and being in certain situations, certain fires. A lot of it started like in certain situations, man. It's like fucking crazy, chaotic situations, but being still in the chaos and making the right decisions while other people make fucking horrible decisions. Um, and I don't do any revenge or anything like that. But if you guys literally want to save yourself, you can literally just look as other people, they're just holding up mirrors. literally being around people give you answers. Like it's fucking crazy, man. Like that's what I'm saying. I've had people come into my lives and they've held up certain mirrors and I'm like, damn, I needed to see that. I needed to see like how I am in that situation or how I am in my head or like how I reacted in that situation or what I did in that situation. So one way to look at people is to just like look at them as if they're holding up a mirror and it's a reflection of you. And if you also start doing that, you're going to start treating everyone fucking amazing. Because if someone's reflecting you, the way you treat them, it's like you're reflecting into them. Like that's why I'm telling you, man, like, look, we're all fucking connected. I mean, in terms of me, I feel like I'm connected to fucking everyone and everything. Like shit's fucking a lot, man. It's amazing, but it's fucking a lot, man. Like I could feel dude, I've been in I could feel people through fucking walls. Like this shit's not normal. Like I'm literally I feel like we're just all in one and I'm connected like I connected to every fucking one. I feel every fucking thing too. Um but just think one way to think of people just in general. But it doesn't even have to be people too. It could just be your environment. It could just be whatever's around you. But like people's an interesting one, because moving and motion and stuff like that. But just think of it as like they're holding up a mirror. So if you're interacting with someone and all they're doing is holding up a mirror of you, what would you reflect back to that person? How would you act? How would you respond? Would you judge them? Would you do something wrong to them? You see, that's what I'm saying. Like if everyone started treating everyone else like literally how they treat themselves and they started looking at people like this person is going to reflect me back to them. So if you're a good person and you treat them good, sometimes they're not going to reflect sometimes they're not going to like sometimes they're not going to be necessarily good back to you, but they're going to reflect who you are in that situation of how they treat you to you, right? So just understand, man, like think of people as all they're kind of doing. One way to look at it is like they're holding up a mirror. And if they didn't like respond, if they didn't do you right, then it's okay, like that's on them. And then how do you respond to that? Do you go silent? Do you walk away? Do you respond? Do you react? Like I said, being reactive in this market and with people in general is typically just weakness. Silence carries a lot of power, but I'm telling you, man, if people just started viewing as like what's going around is just like people are just holding up mirrors and reflecting things back to people, that's literally like what's happening, man. Like literally just people in presence is like just holding up mirrors and they reflect things back to you. Sometimes they're going to reflect exactly like who you are. Like if you're good and you treat them good, sometimes they're going to treat you good and you're going to be like, "Wow, this is just like me." It's like a fucking twin. It's like a fucking soul connection. This is like a beautiful moment. Like, wow, they get this is like a mirror. Like that's when it feels fucking amazing to treat everyone right. Sometimes they're gonna reflect. Sometimes they're gonna like deflect or try to fucking smash a mirror or just, you know, not match you in that. And then it shows their kind of view. But then it also shows how you respond to that and how you react to that. It says more about them, but it also says something about you in terms of like, well, what do you do in that situation, right? But it's very interesting, man. I mean, as of lately in my life, most people they take it. It's like as reflection. A lot of people that I interact with, I think it's more of this. They see themselves in me. So it's like I'm holding up a mirror, and they love me because I'm reflecting them back to me. So because I'm reflecting them, back to them. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like literally everyone would love everyone if they fucking if they would just start reflecting each other back to each other. If people would just start holding up mirrors, like if I'm a fucking mirror and all I'm doing is reflecting who you are and you're good, people would fucking love me. They'd be like, dude, that person was fucking awesome. I looked at that person, they reflected something good in me, right? But then some people, you come into some people and they reflect something in you. And that's another thing. Some people don't like that. And the key to this is not being reactive. Sometimes you'll be in certain environments or you'll come into certain people or even with the market, it's going to reflect something about you. And sometimes people don't like. what they see. And one of the worst things you could do is take it out on like in most situations, like it's just taking it out on the person who held up the mirror. It's like that's not the move. Like not reacting and being still and just understanding the lesson of like you could understand like their point of views, but more on just so of more of like what it reflected in you, you know? Because sometimes, if people are looking at people like mirrors, sometimes they'll look at them and they'll be like, oh my gosh, this person, like, I don't fucking like that. And then sometimes what they do is they try to smash the mirror. They think they're a bad person or whatever, but they're not. All the person was doing was just reflecting who that person was. That's all they were doing, right? Now, obviously, what would make them bad in that situation was if they got like super, if they start reacting or treat them like shit after of how they fucking reacted. Like, I'm a very understanding person, man. I've literally reflected like people i- in my life and they did not like what they fucking saw and they took it all out of me and I didn't do shit back to them. I literally just killed it in silence. Like that's all. I just ended shit in it just ended in fucking silence or ended in eye contact. Like I don't try to take shit out on anyone or anything like that. Like it just ends. Like that's it. But I'm telling you guys, stillness, mirrors, and reflections. If you use this in the market, you're gonna level up. But if you start figuring out this shit in real life, you're gonna be like, dude, fuck the market. Like that's what I'm saying, man. Literally, the best part about life is fucking living it, you know? You can have all the money in the world, but there's lots of people they could it doesn't matter how much money they have, they could be at the highest level of their career. Some people are in situations they could have unlimited fucking money, but they'll always be miserable or they just won't be happy or it will never fucking fulfill them or any fucking thing because there's certain things that people have to go through and experience to unlock certain things that like money can't really buy. I mean, money can amplify it or it can buy experiences to get there, but it's like the core of it isn't the money, it's the person knowing themselves and putting in the work on themselves, which is more of like execution in action rather than just to spending money. There's tons of brilliant people in the world. Some of them don't even spend money. So some of the most brilliant people in the world, they ended up in bad places, bad situations that really didn't cost them much money. Like they probably didn't have any, but they learned a lot about themselves and they grew a lot going through the fires, going through that fucking hell. And they unlocked like this rare, amazing version of themselves. Like it's a very rare thing. And then there's other people who have money but they haven't been through that. They haven't been through certain hardships or certain fires or just certain energies or certain things. They haven't been through that. And that's something that money can amplify it. It can even help get you there by, putting you in certain experiences or certain environments, stuff like that. But man, in my experience, literally my growth, it came from pain. It came from being some of the worst situations possible. And in those situations, this is the wild part. I literally I've leveled up and some of my biggest level ups and experiences and growing as a person was it had nothing to do with money. It literally had it just being in certain environments, literally when I was like lack of money, situations of like lack of money, being in like bad environments, like certain situations that could be perceived as bad, but there's just a lot to learn within those fires, within those lessons and stuff like that. But just being environments, like there's just so many different environments that people can be in that could change their lives or change their perceptions with certain people, certain groups, just certain different environments. But man, I kind of look at life in a way, it's kind of like a Rubik's cube. You just keep on flipping the cube, and as you're going through all that fucking flipping, you level up a fuck ton. And you can go through so much fucking flipping without any fucking money, It might not land you in the best places, but maybe one day you meet someone who can get you in a better place. But like even through the fires and the toughest times, like it tends to be the absolute most growth, man. Like that's what I'm saying. People can get rich and trade stocks, but the shit's not gonna like it's not gonna like get you to this amazing level in life and stuff like that. Like that's from within, like literally within. But use the mirror energy, use the reflections. I'm telling you the key, man. Stillness, don't react. Mirrors, reflections. It was so beautiful, man. I'm currently traveling, and man, I went somewhere today, and oh my gosh, I saw just a couple moments, man, of just mirror energy. It was fucking amazing. I'm like, dude, it's stillness. It's literally just being still. Like, just if you're just still around people, like all of a sudden shit just clicks. Like you see how they react, you see how like, oh, and then they start saying like, oh wait, what happened here? This, that. Like they start remembering shit. Oh, gotta do this, gotta do like it's just stillness is fucking powerful. Just being still and aware and observant and mirror energy, just viewing things as like reflections. All it's doing is reflect like people can reflect people can reflect exactly who you are and where you're at, and some people don't like that because if they're in a shit situation and they'll be like, dude, that person brought this out of me, I don't like that, fuck that like that's weakness, like that's reacting, like the fact that that person brought that out, they showed you something, they woke you up. Now it's time to like level up and figure that shit out. It's like that's what I'm saying, like people can try to figure things out, people can try to figure out stuff on their own. um but sometimes people will show you who you really are, and people will show you things, and then you can figure it out from that, be like, oh wow, this person showed me that. Instead of taking it out on them, you could be like, wow, this person taught me something about myself, I don't like that. So instead of taking that out on fucking them because they showed you it, they didn't do anything, all they did is just fucking show you it, right? If it were that situation, um then you could try to level up from that. You can take it as like, yeah, some people are like personal. Some people are like, oh, I don't like that that person showed me that. I wanted to figure out all my fucking own. It's like, dude, fucking people, man. But anyways, if you take it as a level up, the fucking glow up is fucking insane if you do the right actions. But some people, they don't level up. They take it out on the other fucking person, or they just don't give a fuck. They're just like, fuck that person. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm telling you, man, mirrors and fucking reflecting. Like, just imagine living a life where every person around you reflects something about you, something you need to work on, or each interaction is different, which is what makes life interesting, because certain people can reflect exactly who you are in a good way. Like it's like a beautiful moment. It's like, wow, that was like my twin. They completely passed like the vibe. They completely like passed the reflection. It's like we were living through each other. It's like, wow, they completely understood exactly, who it is that I am in that brief moment. And then other people, instead of just like, reflecting you in a good way, sometimes they'll wake you up. Sometimes they'll shake you up. Sometimes they'll show you something about yourself that you didn't want to see. Maybe you didn't even want to see that. Maybe something low within yourself that you have to work on, or that you have to fix, or something about yourself maybe that you don't potentially like. Some people will come along and they'll wake that up in you, and just never take it out on them. If anything, just try to level up, get better, work on it. It's like, in order to work on something too, you need to know what to work on. So sometimes people show you what to work on, and some people don't like that and they take it on another person. Some people are grateful. They're like, oh, wow, this person showed me this. Now I'm going to work on that. It's like, I'm glad they showed me that. Some people just want to be shown everything on their fucking own. They don't want other people to show them it. It's just like, dude, if you guys listen, your level up's going to be fucking insane, man. So, that's the game plan. This is what we do. We print non fucking stop. It's unlimited fucking winning, unlimited fucking printing. It's like, dude, oh my fucking gosh, everybody's fucking green. Everybody fucking prints. Everybody fucking wins. Nobody leaves the group. The group just hits all-time highs non fucking stop, man. It's unlimited fucking win, unlimited printing. So, if you guys want to print, is the first link down below within the description, man. I'm telling you, man. Man, I'm telling you, when you guys figure out stillness and mirror energy, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, money's great, but I remember having money and doing well without those things. That's what's crazy for me. What's interesting about my story was I was like kind of like a blank slate, and I kind of always focused on money and was still, but like lacked like the stillness level up, I guess you can say, and lacked certain awareness. But I would make money. but I didn't have like these at times I didn't have these gifts and this intelligence and all these things, and like it really depressed me, and it would show me like how external money was and how it just wouldn't do it. And then like as time goes on, once I figured out fucking like life and shit, I'm like, oh my fucking gosh. I made the comparison. I was like, man, having fucking money without having this other fucking stuff, like it's just not the fuck like it's fucking it's like I literally thought about it. Like if I were in a situation, it's like if there were a choice, I'd rather have that. I'd rather have all the fucking powers, the stillness, mirror energy. It's like all of that shit that a lot of people don't have, it's better than fucking money. But the thing about having it is money comes with it. Money just comes with it anyways. But I'm just saying, like, if I were like looking back in situations, I look back at my past self who had a lot of money, but didn't have, you know, all the massive level up, the massive evolution yet, but I had paper. I look back at that and I'm like, dude, I would choose my higher self before fucking I would choose my higher self. That's what I always focus on and choosing, man, is the highest version of myself, figuring out how to get there, man. Literally money sometimes takes people away from the highest version of themselves. That's why in a way like money literally isn't anything, but there's frequencies out there where it's like money can be everything because it's just like just with who certain people are, it literally just comes to them and it's literally just a part of it. Like I think it gets to a level of frequency where it's like if that person is that fucking amazing and they're not making a fuck ton of money, then they're fucking up in terms of like a higher level of like they might be they could potentially be fucking up in some sort of way, some sort of area. But man, I really do look back um and I'm just like, man, this is like money's fucking amazing, but without this other fucking shit, money's just not. I'd rather have the other fucking shit. Like I literally have the. It's just literally basically without this other shit. It's like in a way, it's literally just fucking paper. Obviously, like it buys, it buys shit, but like literally, it would just be survival and fucking paper. That's all it would be. It would literally be just be a fucking roof over your head. Like people say like, oh, but you get experiences, you get all this shit. It's like, well, experiences can help unlock things, and that's good. But without this, oh my fucking gosh, without this other fucking stuff, money ain't fucking shit, man. I remember, like I fucking remember, I didn't have the highest awareness. I didn't have a certain level of stillness. I didn't have mirror energy. I didn't have a certain like a certain higher level of intelligence. Like I just remember being younger and having money, and I'm like, dude, that wasn't fucking like, oh my gosh, to go back to that, like fuck that. That's the thing. Money comes and goes, but it's always fucking it's always fucking money. But to go back to like a lower version of myself, oh fuck that. But yeah, man, just some things I wanted to share with you guys, man. Just looking back like throughout evolution, because man, the highest version of self is the fucking best. 170% return, 677 puts, $730 profit. Um, you guys get it. All we $8,000 profit. All we do is win. All we do is print. G Roar ended up going 5 for 7, massive wins. 6, 8, 3, 5 puts, 110 cents to 300 cents, 200% win. You know, just unlimited fucking winning and unlimited fucking printing as usual. Look at this trade. 12:01 p.m. 678 calls, 55 cents. And then in the money, sold at 135 cents, another 200%. And then power hour, we did 200%. It's like, dude, the percentage gains are always bigger than the percentage losses. All we do is win. All we do is print 673 spy puts for 48 cents, 66 cents. You guys get the point, man. Look at this. First trade on the day. You see this real time 0 day option train alert system, cheap, low risk, borrow the money 0 day option contracts. Every morning you get access to the game plan, where to go short, where to go long, updated key analysis of the game plan, plug it into your Thinkorswim charts. Risk management 101, the most important thing inside a team roar. Risk management, without that, you have no foundation. Without no foundation trading, you have absolutely fucking nothing. 673 spy puts, 48 cents, 66 cents. The play fucking printed 40%. 678 calls, 55 cents. The play printed 200 fucking percent to 138 cents. Everybody's green. Everybody's winning. 682 spy calls for 35 cents. The play went to 51 cents. 3 massive fucking wins in a row. Everybody's winning. Everybody's fucking printing. we're green enough to start our day off so fucking green where if you keep on trading, you're not going to flip red because the most risk is 25 to 50% of your gains after you're already green enough to walk away and choose to keep on trading. And then power hour, we did 200% win, 100% win. So you get the point, man. All we do is win. All we do is print. 5 for 7. Win rate doesn't matter. 4 massive wins in a row to start the day. Giro had 3 massive wins in a row. I had 1 massive win, 4 massive wins collectively. And then Giro, after that, there was like 2 L's. But there was a 200% win after that and a 100% win. So it doesn't even fucking matter. We were already green enough to walk away. And the wins are always bigger than the fucking L's. 200%, 300% plus winners. So cheap, low risk, far the money, 0 to 8 options, unlimited fucking win, unlimited fucking Brendan. If you guys want to trade with us, it's the first thing down below in the description. Oh my gosh, I might have to make a trade here. Wow. I might have to make a fucking trade on this fucking shit. I might have to get ready to make a trade on this. I'm gonna be signing off. If you want to join us, it's the first link down below within the description.